Good morning and welcome to Adventure Sean, where it's 7 a.m. and I'm here in Canada to see something very, very special. Something that I've wanted to see for a very long time. And welcome to the visitor centre here at Niagara Falls. This is something that's fascinated me for a very long time, and just the idea of the scale of it and seeing how big the falls actually look in real life. I've seen it on TV and the news and in magazines. However, it's really hard until you're actually here to sort of imagine the scale of it and how big Niagara Falls actually is. Now, this whole area around here is very, very built up, a massive tourist hotspot. And it's 7 a.m. We thought we'd come down here very early. Alex is here as well, just to come and see this marvelous area and really take it in and appreciate it before it gets too busy. Normally, these paths all around here would be jam-packed full of people. In terms of parking, there's loads of parking all nearby. There's hotels, there's observation decks, there's loads of different attractions, and they all span along the side here. And of course, it gets very, very busy. So we've come down here early to really be able to take this in and have a bit more of a private moment, so to speak, with Niagara Falls. And before, all this area here is just full of people with the selfie sticks and taking all these photos over the side here, and you probably struggle to even stand right next to the falls. But yeah, I've wanted to see this for so long, and looking over here and seeing it in the distance really is something quite spectacular. Imagine just being able to jog along here on a morning next to Niagara Falls. I mean, it's incredible. I'll spin you guys round. Of course, Niagara Falls is right on the border between the United States of America and Canada, and the USA is literally just over there. I mean, the land you can see over there and the buildings in the distance, that is the United States of America, and we're here in Canada. You can view it from both countries, Niagara Falls. However, it is always known as being a better view from here on the Canadian side. And yeah, the Welcome Centre is open this morning. Unfortunately, nothing's open inside it, but we have just walked through it to get over here to Niagara Falls. We've parked just over at the side over there. Normally it would be $25, but because it's early in the morning, the barriers are up, no one's here, and yeah, it means we can really get to take in the falls. So here we go. Unfortunately, with it being so early, the sun is still quite low, and obviously you've got all the mist that's coming from all the pressure of the falls coming over the side here. So the sun is creating a bit of a glare because of that. However, if we go a little bit further down here, you really get to appreciate it and just get an idea on that scale of the falls. Alex is over there, chilling out. But yeah, I mean, you look at this, it's 7 a.m. and there's what, 20 people here? There'll be like 2,000 people here later on. More than that. 2,000 just on this little area, like, honestly, it'd be crazy. And everyone coming to marvel at this natural beauty. Niagara Falls, everybody, look at that. We actually saw it in the evening last night as well, and I will put some shots in a few moments for you to see. But what you don't really get to see at night and really appreciate is the scale of it. You can see a lot more the scale of this in the daytime. Of course, all the water running all the way down the river here and just reaching these rocks and the pressure starting to build up, and then boom, straight down. Look at that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in, show a few different shots from this angle before we walk a little bit further down and see more of the falls. It's not just this area here, it actually stretches all the way across the back and then all the way down the bottom there as well. Wow. It really is absolutely wonderful, isn't it? And just standing here next to the falls, you really get to appreciate just how big they are. After spending about 15 minutes here just looking at it, you really get a good idea of the scale, and that was something that was really hard to do at night time. So what I'm going to do now is put some footage on your screen of the falls last night. So as you can see, they actually have LED lighting on massive panels, actually on the other side of the road, that shine across towards the falls, and they actually change colour. So last night we saw them in various different combinations. Sometimes they were blue, sometimes they were green, sometimes a mix of both, and then also just white sometimes as well. And depending on different days and remembrance days and all that sort of stuff, and they'll actually change the colour of the lighting. Of course, various different occasions that happen, they will change the lighting on the falls. But it looks absolutely amazing at night. Me personally, I feel like if you've only got one chance to see it, I'd definitely recommend seeing it in the daytime. But yeah, like at night with all them lights shining over, it was crazy just how bright they actually were. And of course you got a better idea last night at how big they actually go across. Of course this morning, because of the sunlight and the reflection on the mist, you can't really get to see the full sort of length of the falls. You get a good idea on this side, but not the full length of them. And yeah, last night we really got to see that there, which was amazing. Anyway, so yeah, look at this area around here. I mean, in terms of all the different attractions, there's all sorts with the visitor centre, all on the front here. It's got loads of different tourist things to do. You go around the corner, you've got like all your different chain restaurants, massive hotels, an observation tower. You've also got areas where you can get down on a boat that will take you round on the falls and all around down the bottom here, so you get really close to it. Of course, the boat won't take you over the top. However, that has actually been done before. A lady very famously went over in a barrel with a cat, I think it was, which is absolutely crazy, isn't it, to think that someone actually did that. Like, it's just nuts, isn't it, to think that someone actually went over the side of the falls. But yeah, there's all sorts around here. A very big touristy area. Me personally, I kind of wish that a lot of these buildings and hotels had never been allowed to be built this close to it. I feel like it should have all been a bit further back personally, just so you could really appreciate this a lot more. A bit like when I went to the Grand Canyon back in 2015, there's not really anything around it other than a few different visitor centres that are really small and kind of fit in with it all, whereas with here, it's like a massive tourist trap with all the buildings and everything around. Yeah, the observation tower and stuff does look good fun. I certainly would have done them if I'd had time this trip. But yeah, it's more a quick visit before we actually cross back over into the United States of America over the bridge over there. That glare's actually starting to go away a little bit now, so you can really start to see a lot more. Another beautiful area of the falls is just down here to the right, where you've got all the rocks and stuff in the river as well. Zoomed in a bit there, but again, it's very hard for the camera to pick that up, and it's very hard for it to even see that, to be honest, with that glare. This gives you a good idea on how high up we are here. People say this ridge here where we are is about 200 feet, which would kind of make sense when you look right down there, all the rocks. Wow. That's probably my favourite view of it, actually, with this tree just here, with the falls just down there behind it. The noise down here, it's ridiculously noisy. You gotta think all that pressure building up and of the water falling over and hitting the bottom of the river here and hitting all the rocks. Also, you can really taste like the salt water from around here. It's like going to the seaside. That seaside smell that you would get, it's that around here. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, you imagine this in maybe 2 hours from now, it'll be absolutely heaving full of people. So if you do get the opportunity to come down here early, I'd definitely go for it. You can go like on various different tours around here as well. I know there's one called Behind the Falls, where you look through. I mean, I'd like to do that in the future. You've got a zip wire over there that runs down the side. Honestly, it is absolutely incredible, it really is. The area around here, there's so much to do as well. You want to come in for a few days. You've got like a hill railway over there as well that runs up the side. Absolutely breathtaking. But there you go, you saw some shots of it there at night. Gonna give you a few more shots of it in the daytime before we wrap up this little look at Niagara Falls. Like I say, I would have really liked to have walked a bit further down there and looked across. But with that glare and the position of the sun at the moment, really don't think we're gonna get to see that, and we're really pushed for time. We haven't got time to wait about for an hour for the sun to move. We've got to keep moving, but luckily last night we did get to appreciate all the way across here of Niagara Falls.